fuck about if
Cause
she
listen,
cares.
listen, acting like super duper mom.
I'm gonna ask you respectfully. You talk about me all you want. I don't care. I am an adult. Do not talk about my son. Do not say his name on the internet. Do not say any of that. We're not doing that.
Okay, is that what you wanted to come up here for?
Yes, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not. I don't care to be a part of this YouTube shit. I don't give a fuck about if
Cause
she
listen,
cares.
listen, listen. Watch your language, though. Watch your language up here. We're up here. I'm not
All right.
disrespecting you. This.
Okay. I don't care about who cares about me. I don't care if anybody has my best interest at heart. I'm a grown woman, and if I want to share how I feel, I'm allowed to do that. I got up
Oh,
here to defend myself about my job because that is my career that you got up here
okay.
and talked about.
No, I
But do
didn't say
not
your
come up
name.
here.
I didn't
No,
say
but
your name.
obviously,
Obvious.
everybody knows who you're talking about.
No, no. She went on another platform and she said your name. She
Okay,
blew that shit
either
up.
way, people still know who was talked about.
No, they
So
would.
you're
No,
gonna
no,
come
no,
up
they did
here.
not. They did not know who I was talking about. Respectfully, everybody was
Okay.
hearing me behind the scenes asking me, "Yo, who you talking about?" Because they thought I was talking about somebody on YouTube, right?
Okay, it's
So,
fine. I came up here and I defended my job and I defended my career because that is my livelihood. I get up and I go and I do that every day,
okay,
and I love what I do. I'm not whatever is going on with somebody else's kids, whatever, but do not come up here. You can talk about me all you want to. You can talk about Dawson all you want to. Do not come up here, say my son's name. Do not talk about my son.
okay.
I'm not doing this YouTube thing. I'm allowed to defend myself. I'm allowed to defend what I
Let me ask
do.
you something. Let me ask you something. I'm not trying to disrespect you. I don't want to get you upset. Okay. Let me ask you something. Do you know who that woman? I'm not gonna mention. Please don't mention her name on my platform because. Do you know who? Respectfully, I'm asking you this. I'm going to talk to you as. Let me just tell you this. That woman does not care about anybody. And then I know you might not care, and like you said, you're a grown woman. That's fine. That is fine. But before I can watch you walk right into a fire pit, I feel like saying, "Yo, Kia, hold on a second. You might be mad at me, whatever the situation is, but do not, because you're gonna fall in the fire and you're gonna burn yourself." Respectfully. I'm telling you this respectfully. She's gonna use you for content for as long as she needs to, and when you don't comply or do what she says, I swear to God, she's gonna dog walk you and anything that you ever told her about your kid, your brothers, your Melissa, everybody. She's done it not to just me. She's done it to everybody that's close to her on the internet. This is all I'm telling you. You don't know her from nowhere. You don't
No,
have
that's
to
fine.
talk to me.
I'm not getting on there. I'm not talking to nobody about nothing. I got up there yesterday. She didn't even know I was going up there. I got up there because I wanted to say what I had to say, and that was it. I'm not on here communicating with none of these people.
Let
I
me.
don't care about
Okay.
any of this.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Right? You don't have to answer. You can leave. You know you can leave whenever you want. Let me ask you something. You say I'm such a bad guy, right? I'm such this bad person, right? This is
Hmm.
what you say, right? When you were living in Rochester with your mother in 2014, why did you call me twice to come send for you? You were so far from this horrible person. Why did you call me? You didn't call Titi. You didn't call your grandmother. You called Dad twice. I had to arrange for you to get. Remember, you almost got. Remember, my father almost got in trouble because he met you at the bus station and almost put you on the bus. Your mother pulled up. She took the ticket. She ripped it up and she took you back home. And you ran away again. You called me. I had to have Amanda and Matt pick you up, take you to their house, and then I had to have Theo Mandi come get you, drive you up to Buffalo, and Mars had to put you on a bus. Why did you do that? Why did you want to get so close to this horrible person if this horrible person was so far away from you? Can you answer that?
For I was 16 years old.
What you mean though? If I did you so bad and I was you obviously I was never a father to you. You said right. I was never nothing to you, right?
I
So you
mean,
shouldn't.
do you feel like you were a father to me?
I absolutely, as much as I could, yes.
That, I mean, that's
Hold,
absolutely,
hold on, let
I
me
mean,
ask you a question. Hold on. So all the times that we had scheduled to come pick you up, to take you to Darien Lake or take you to the beach or
but
take
that
you to
has
the car.
nothing
Hold
to
on,
do
hold
with me.
on,
I was a child. I didn't
hold on.
have any say over that. You're asking me about things that I didn't have say over.
No,
I
but
was
I'm
a
not arguing
child.
with you. Listen, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just making a statement. I'm not asking you nothing. I'm just making a statement. Hear me out. So, all the times that I have all these things scheduled for me and Mel to go pick you up with AJ and Christian, at the time it was only AJ and Christian, and I would get to the house. We would buy tickets, or we would be ready to go take you. When we would go pick you up, that Tata would be like, no, she's punished. Tata had legal custody of you. She had all full custody of you. I couldn't just take you. I couldn't just do that. So because I couldn't take you to do these things for whatever reason you were punished for. I get the bad end of the stick on that because many times, many times, I used to go pick you up with Ivy and take you to the house. We would buy you clothes and this and that and try to do as much as we could. When you got to the age of 13, you wanted to go back with your mother. Remember that? When you wanted to
I absolutely do. And it's because you know, and don't sit up here and say that you don't know that your mom was beating the shit out of me. Don't say
listen,
that you don't know that she was
what
treating me
listen,
like shit.
but hold on. You're mixing the two, Kia. I'm not talking about Tata. That's your issue with Tata. We're talking about you and me right now.
But there is no you and me. Okay, I get that you say you had all this stuff planned and you whatever. I was a kid, so I have no say over that, but I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about
Hold
any of
on.
this stuff because it's not a factor. I'm coming up here because I said I'm not doing
No,
this
we
shit
want to
back
talk
and
though. We
forth
want to
stuff
talk.
on
Okay,
YouTube.
hold on. When you were under my
Yes,
mother's.
when I was
Hold on.
16, I
Hold
asked
on. Hold
somebody to
on.
help me
Listen,
get
I'm
away
not
from my
trying.
mom.
You say you don't want to argue. I don't want to argue either. When you was 13, you wanted to go back with your mom, right? All right. When
Yes.
you went back to your mom, when Aliana was first born, were you living with your mom? Yes or no?
Yes.
When Aliana was first born, did you or did you not cut school with Ivy? Didn't you and Ivy come to the house?
I came by myself.
Oh, okay, by yourself. I thought Ivy might have came afterwards. You came to it by yourself afterwards. But if I was such a bad person, why would you want to even have associate yourself with me, Missy?
You're saying all of this about being a bad person. I'm talking about, you know, that when I got here to Alabama and I was living in that apartment with you and Missy, you know the kinds of things that I saw between y'all. That's what I'm referring to. I'm not talking about if anything from when I was a child because
You
I
are
have
though.
no,
You're
I'm
saying that I
not.
wasn't a father.
You were not there. As far as I can remember, you were not there. You were not actively there for me. Just because you came over to where I was living on a holiday does not mean that you were an active father.
What you
Point
mean?
blank
What
period.
What do you mean on
You
holidays?
think that because you walking into Tata's house and me sitting on the couch, that means, oh, I'm interacting with her. That means that makes me her father. No, that's not what makes you a
So
father.
what makes me your father? I gotta take you and buy you all these expensive things. Is that what makes you a
Absolutely.
father?
No, absolutely not.
So what are you talking about? I would come over to spend time with you. What are you talking about? What do you think? I went there to spend time with my mother?
Do you think that your mother was telling me that? No, your mother was always telling me that you never came over, or there were plenty of times that I was sitting on the couch and you would walk right past me, ignore me. Those are the things that your mother told me about you. So what am I supposed to get from that?
So you're basing me being a father on what my mother told you about when I went over
That's who
there?
was raising me. That's who the adult was. I was
I
10,
got it.
12 years
I
old.
copy. I copy. But listen, you're 28 years old now. You should know better
Yeah,
than
I
that now.
am, and
If you
I'm not longing for a father-daughter relationship. That's I don't understand why people are thinking that. I don't care to have this relationship. I'm an adult.
Okay, well, nobody's saying nothing bad. I'm just saying that you listen to what you're saying. You're telling me that I went to Tata's house all kinds of time, all these times, and went in there. Do you think I went there just to go and hang out there, or do you think I went there for you? How many?
She's told me plenty of times, and I will put this on my son's life, that your mother has said out of her mouth. You know how you think your dad loves you? You know how many times he'd come over here and you'd be sitting on that couch and he'd walk right past you? She has said that to me many a
Here,
time. So what am I
here,
supposed to think of that?
here. Listen, listen.
No, answer the question. What am I supposed to think about that?
You're right, but how am I supposed to be aware of that? How do I know that things? When I went over there, you never said that to me. I would come in, you would come running to me, daddy, daddy, and we would go into the kitchen and play
I'm
around
because
with
I'm
the
a
kids.
child.
Of
As
course,
a
but
20,
I was being a dad when you was a child, and you're sitting up here
and
telling
so,
people that I
but
wasn't.
as a mother now, what you and my mother, I'll say, what y'all's definition of a parent is not what a parent is. Y'all think just being there in the vicinity of your child makes you a parent. That's not what makes you a parent.
Kia, I know that's not what makes you a parent. I know the difference of how AJ, Christian, Zay, and Aliana were because we were living together. It was an everyday thing. But you was under my mother's care. She had full custody of you. You gotta
Yes, and
understand
I
that. I can.
consider, and I okay, and I like I said, I just don't feel like y'all were around. I don't consider that I had a father or
Okay.
mother. My
All right.
grandmother raised me, and she was my mother.
Okay,
That's
so
it.
okay, that's it. That's fine. But when you found yourself in a bad position where you needed help, who did you call? Let me just ask you that. Just answer. I'm not trying to argue with you. I just need to answer. I want to prove a point. I just want to prove a
I
point.
did call you because I needed to get out of there because I was in fear
Okay,
for my
okay,
life. Yes, I did.
but listen. Your grandfather, my dad lived in Rochester. Your grandfather on your mother's side lived in Batavia. You could have called them. They lived over there, but you called